Hello everyone, before we start, let me ask you a simple question. When was the last time you had a blackout? Not remember, right? Yeah, in fact, for most of us, energy is so constant that we don't even think about it, until it's gone. But for nearly 1 in 10 people around the world, reliable electricity is still a dream. And that's why Goal 7 of Sustainable Development Goal, which is affordable and clean energy, is not just important, it is urgent. SDG 7 aim to ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all by 2030. Now, let's unpack it a little. First, affordable means energy that don't take away a family entire income just to keep the lights on. In many developing areas, people spend up to 30% of their income just for basic electricity. Crazy, right? Second, clean refers to the energy source that don't pollute the air that we breathe or accelerate the climate change that already have been pretty bad, like solar, wind, hydro, and modern bioenergy. Third, reliable and modern means consistent power that can support hospitals, school, internet access, and even electric vehicles. It's kind of energy that support development, not just survival. Here we need to understand that without energy there is no sustainable development, and that's why SDG 7 is not an isolated goal. This is a foundation for other SDGs. Now let's look where we are. Even though renewable technologies are advancing rapidly, there is still a gap, a big one actually. According to the United Nations in 2023, around 675 million people still live without electricity. That's more than the entire populations of European Union, and over 2 billion people still cook using charcoal, wood, and kerosene, which are a fuel that not only inefficient but extremely harmful for their health. The World Health Organization estimates that over 3.2 million deaths per year are caused by the household air pollution. And guess what? The majority of the victims are indeed children and women. And that's just the access side. For a climate perspective, according to the International Energy Agency or IEA, the energy sector is responsible for nearly 3/4 or equal to 75% global greenhouse gas emissions. So unless we transition to clean energy quickly, our climate goals will be impossible to reach. Now let's zoom into our beloved country, Indonesia. Yes, our national electrification rate is over 99.6% according to Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources, but the access isn't always reliable. In fact, in remote regions like Papua and parts of Kalimantan, access is still inconsistent, which is because some areas rely on the aerosol or diesel generators, which are expensive and inefficient. But here's the bright side. Indonesia is rich and in renewable energy potential. According to Institute of Essential Service Reform or IESR, we have the capability of over 360 gigawatt of renewable power, which is from solar, wind, and etc. So pretty big, right? So from rooftop solar in Java to micro hydro plants in West Sumatra, the technology exists and the opportunity is real. So what's holding us back? Of course, it's the classic issues of infrastructure gaps, financial barriers, and sometimes the lack of political will. But it's not just a government issue. This is where we come in. Now you might ask, I'm just a student, what can I do? Well, a lot actually. First, understand that energy is connected to everything. Education, healthcare, employment, technology, you name it. Without it, there is no remote learning, no coastal professions, no digital economy. Second, clean energy is not just environment issue, it's an opportunity. According to the International Renewable Energy Agency, which is IRENA, the renewable energy industry could create 38 million jobs by 2030. That include engineers and yes, green entrepreneurs. Imagine one day your business idea could provide solar kit to off-grid village, or you might work in AI system that optimize energy efficiency. Who knows? The future is wide open, but only if we act now. So how do we shape the future? First thing first, the governments must be the first to move. Governments must set ambitious renewable targets and support clean energy with smart policies. Following that, now it's time for the country economy backbone, which is the businesses. Businesses must innovate and invest in sustainability, not just for an image, but for long-term survival. And finally, the individuals like you and me must be educate ourselves, support clean technology, and push for change, because At the end of the day, the energy transition is not just technical shift, it is a mindset shift. We have the technology, we have the knowledge, and all that we need now is the will. So let's power the future together, not just affordably, not just cleanly, but equitably. Thank you.